Be careful when you're doing this. It could get messy. I have bits of glue everywhere on my desk. That's my only warning for you. Be careful because this can get really, really messy. There will probably be a second part for painting. Belphegor's crown isn't hard to paint. At least I think it shouldn't be. It's just one color. This will be painted again, same warnings as the Katekyo tutorial. I'm using spray paint to paint it. Use it in a well-ventilated area. Don't be stupid and use in your room. Usual stuff. Common sense, basically. This is glue. It's pretty durable stuff, but it's not heat safe. In other words, if you're going to be styling your wig with hot iron or something and you're in a rush, wait for the wig to cool down before you even try putting this on. Because there's nothing, literally nothing holding it up but glue. If you actually hold the thing long enough, the glue can actually melt or soften a little in your hand. That being said, you can use this in bright weather or good weather, like sun and everything. Just make sure you occasionally take this off and just give it a cold water bath, if possible. If not, just stick to the shade. Don't worry about if you're using a clear plastic like I am for the base. Don't worry about it being scratched up, because you're going to be painting over it. And that's partially why I even chose the plastic, is because I can cut out finer details on it. Whereas if I had used plastic wrap, there was a chance that the plastic wrap wouldn't be able to scratch. Like, it would just rip clean off if I tried to take a blade to it. And I didn't want to run a risk of that because I want finer details. So if you're actually going for detail oriented and you don't mind using a knife repeatedly, because some people don't like using the knives, you can use a switchblade or whatever, but craft knife usually works pretty good. If you're not a fan of that, you don't have to do all the details. I just want to go the extra mile. So if you guys have any requests for certain props you guys want to figure out how to do, or how I would do them, or you just need some tips or pointers, feel free to drop a comment. Painting will be in another part because I cannot use the paint in the house. So, this is the Belphegor crown tutorial, well, the final part, where I show you the finished product. And this is it. Okay, so I made this for a cosplay friend, as mentioned before several times. It's basically glue and plastic. I painted it one color, and that's the silver aerosol. The same stuff I used for the tonfas. Covered up really well. It's really straightforward. There was no need to shade or anything. No need to mask certain parts to create a stencil. One color, quick spray, done. That's it. I sprayed the back as well. And if you've watched my other tutorial, you would have found out that I used the flat plastic side, and then I used glue to mold out detail. And the molding, this is the effect. This is the final product. And if you recall, the glue part where I used to make thickness is on the back. The plastic is on the front. And the reason why I use the plastic on the front is because, like I said, the molding. I put glue really quickly on, and you can see that my work got a little sloppy around the end, around the middle. And what I did was basically I took a knife, scalpel, craft knife, and I cut the glue after it was dry. I cut out shapes and designs. Yeah, sorry about that. My camera memory filled up. 235 megabytes don't go very far in recording. They do a lot for photos, but not for much recording. As I was saying, back where I left off, I took a knife and I molded out the details. I carved them out, so I put like a teardrop of glue here. The drop was sloppy, it wasn't really pointed. I took a knife, cut it out. It's the same thing as my tonfa idea where I cut down the glue for detail. This is just molding purposes, right? For the center, if you look at the drop carefully, hopefully there'll be better photos. I doubt the video will be that great in quality. If you can't tell, I can put my hand through it actually. It's hollow on the inside. And what I literally did was I took a huge glob of glue from the glue gun and just applied a huge like chunk right there. And I let that dry and I cut it out at an angle. And I cut the inside as well, so I got a beveled kind of look to it. Is that how you say it? Beveled, I think. Beveled kind of look to it. Of course, I also used this scalpel to trim down everything else. There's a lot of scratches. If you do a good, careful job of it, you shouldn't be able to get any scratches. I know most bell crowns, they do have cardboard and everything, but the plastic, really nice for cutting the details if you're doing the details as well. That's pretty much all I can say, in all honesty. The only warning I have is that if you're going to do the bell tiara thing in like one go, you have to remember it's mostly plastic, mostly glue, and like a coat of paint on top. But your blade for your knife is going to get dull. You might want to consider buying just maybe one having an extra placement beside it, so you have a sharper blade for the details. Final point, the headband I used was actually a piece of curved plastic, so it wasn't actually a real headband, it was a curved piece of curved plastic. You can use a real headband. Thinner is better. Thinner definitely better, that way your crown sits on it nicely. If it's thick, it looks really awkward. If you find it doesn't stick on really well, you can actually take a piece of comb, like wood comb, break off a part of it, so you get the tooth, glue gun it on the inside, stick it on, and then spray it with silver, and it stays on. But this stays on pretty good. I don't recommend tilting back and forth. Well, actually, it's staying on really well right now. But that could be because my hair is really spiky. But that's it. The Belphegor crown is now done and ready to be used. Only warning, I believe it's mentioned in my other tutorial, another video. Not heat proof. Definitely not heat proof. It's glue gun, it's plastic, it's going to melt. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but let me just say it again. Not heat proof. Don't do anything stupid with it. That's it. Bye.